G'day guys, Jason here from New Zealand Fight Report. We're here at Alpha Poreroa's fundraising show on the 17th of March, and we've had the fortune to bump into multiple-time Muay Thai world champion and legend John Parr. John, thanks for your time. Can you tell us a bit about what's brought you back to New Zealand this evening?
One of my boys, Roberto, got offered the opportunity to fight on the card tonight. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago he suffered a rib injury, so we had to pull out. But Kevin, the promoter, he already bought our plane ticket, so we jumped on the chance to still come over and hopefully see the New Zealand boys in action and see if the standards are up there with the Aussie boys, which I'm sure they are, because they always come ready to fight. So it's going to be fun.
That's awesome. You mentioned Kevin Dick, and I just wanted to touch on a bit of your previous ties to the New Zealand fight scene. So obviously your involvement with Rex Redden and Kevin Dick.
Yep. Rexy come to Australia. He moved there for a few years and come and train under my gym. He also come to Thailand with me for one of the King's birthdays, and we lived together in the camp for 3 weeks preparing the fight on that. Unfortunately, Rexy got infection in his feet and had to pull out of the fight, but he ended up helping me in the corner, so we ended up getting a good result. I've known Kevin for a couple of years as well. He moved to Australia for over a year. He'll patch me every day, twice a day. We've got a really strong bond. He's my New Zealand brother from a different mother, and yeah, it's great that he's doing shows now, and hopefully we can do a lot together in the future, both here and in Oz. So he's a good guy, and he really loves the sport. So
awesome. Good stuff. I just wanted to touch on your personal journey into Muay Thai itself. I read that you watched the film Jean-Claude Van Damme Kickboxer when you were 13, and that you were fighting in Sydney sort of when you turned 14.
Yes.
So obviously Van Damme had a big impression on you.
Yeah, I started with Karate Kid. Karate Kid was the first inspiration because I moved a lot around when I was a kid, and he had the same journey as I did in the movie. So, and the martial arts was always that escape. When you can't always make friends, at least you always got the martial arts to fall back onto. And then Kickboxer came out, and he was this journey of a foreigner going to Thailand, fighting the best, making his way up to the stadiums. And I really wanted to walk in his footsteps and fight the Thais and win a world title, but it had to be in Bangkok. I didn't want to fight an Aussie for a world title. I really wanted to do it in Bangkok. So just so happens my life's path, met a lot of interesting people that helped me on that way and helped sponsor me to live my dream. And with a lot of hard work and a lot of meetings, I managed to overcome a lot of obstacles and make it to Bangkok and actually not only fulfill my dream once, but end up beating 3 different world famous Thais for 3 different world titles. So yeah, I got to live my dream multiple times. Yeah, I'm still pinching myself.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, we talked about, you've mentioned your sort of sponsorship and then travel over to Thailand. You had some pretty unique circumstances early on in your career, moving to Lumenquan, fighting along Santien. At that stage, your gym basically emptied out, is that right? And you became Santien's sort of partner for 4 years?
Yeah, I was at Sigatong for 3 months, and then I wasn't getting taken care of that well. And then Santien just happened to go to the Gold Coast, and he fought on a big promotion and won his fight, and then he hooked up with my sponsor. They become good friends. They promised they'd take care of me when they got back to Thailand. Yeah, so they come pick me up. I went to Bangkok, and then the real journey started. I had a fight in a little country town called Banyue, just outside Bangkok, and then after every fight I'd take off to Pattaya and be a foreigner for a week and speak English and eat a hamburger and just be normal. And then when I was in Pattaya, the Thai kids got threatened by the Thai manager that if they found out that they were doing any shonky business behind the manager's back, they were going to wish their life was in a whole lot of troubles. So they all took off in the middle of the night. So I've come back to the camp thinking it was just going to be another day of training, and everyone had disappeared. The only people that was left was Sangten, who was a superstar, a pad holder, and all the camp's manager and his older son. So I got thrown in the deep end and had to become Sangten's grappling partner, sparring partner. Yeah, and there was only me and Sangten as a source of income for the camp, so everyone could eat. So I got pushed really hard to become the best that I could be in the fastest possible time. So it's once again one of those circumstances where it was bad for the camp, but it was absolutely amazing for myself. And then it's got me where I am today.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit of your sort of your personal experience with fighting in the early mid-90s in Thailand as a foreigner?
Yeah, there was only a handful of us that had made it on the world stage at that stage. It was interesting because we really had to work hard. If you wanted to fight Lumpini, you couldn't just go and fight there like you can now. There was no other foreigners, and it was such an honour and you really had to prove yourself. So I won my first 9 fights straight in the smaller stadiums and then fighting on the smaller Songchai shows. And then just so happened, Danny Bill was supposed to fight a really famous Thai, and his guy never. Danny Bill never turned up because he was scared that he was going to get beaten, and he wasn't happy with his purse. And so my manager said, "Oh, John Lynn will take your spot, no worries." And Songchai hadn't really heard of me at that stage, and said, "All right, we'll put you in." And I ended up winning. I got cut in the 4th, ended up coming back in the 5th, and won the fight. And everyone standing ovation for this white guy that really did really well. And then from that moment on, I started being a regular on the magazines, and I made the front cover and fighting on Penny, and made it fighting regularly on Thai TV. But the Thai writers, they voted me the strongest foreigner for '97. Back in them days it was different too, because it was always interesting to see how far a foreigner could go against the Thais.
Sure.
If you got cut, if you're going to fight on, if you're going to give up, if you're getting beaten, how much of this are you going to show? So even sometimes they didn't get beat. I always fought to my fullest and never gave up to the final bell, which the Thais really appreciated. So I never sort of lost respect, even when I did lose.
So how did life in Thailand change for you once you were picked up as a Songchai fighter?
Just the prize money was a lot better, so I could live more comfortable. I was still giving the camp 50%, just like the Thais were at that stage. And fighting on TV, it helped. But it was just better prize money and harder competition and bigger opportunities than fighting on the small temple shows.
About which stage were you looking at setting up your current gym in Brent?
99. I came back to Australia to have a fight, and my sponsors at that stage said, "Okay, you spent 4 years in Thailand now. Would you be interested in coming back and opening a gym yet?" I said, "Oh, not really. There's still many things I want to accomplish in Thailand to become the best that I can be." And then just so happened, I went back to Thailand for about a month or 2, and I got a shin infection, and I couldn't kick for 2-3 months. So I came back to Australia, and then they were already started working on the gym. So I pretty much just moved straight in, just about a week before the grand opening. And then that was back in '99, and I never looked back. The gym's been flourishing ever since. I've got a good stable of fighters underneath me. Classes are really good. I'm just happy to. It was hard to go from Bangkok having Thai pad holders and having all these people taking care of us to now all of a sudden I was by myself with no trainer, no manager. Even to this day, I get my friends to hold the pads for me. I've got no one really telling me what to do. I have to study my own fights myself. I match my own fights. I'm my own manager, and then I also got another 20-30 fighters underneath me that I have to also look after. So it gets frustrating and it gets difficult at times, but at the same time, there's no middleman. I know exactly where everything's going in and going out, and so all the responsibility is on me, and it's doing really well, because I'm lucky to say that my gym is probably in the top 5 in the country. So
sure,
it's good.
So about the turn of the millennium, you took on a stint in boxing, where I believe you went 10-3 in your boxing time, somewhere around there.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about your time in boxing and what it was that brought you back to Muay Thai after that?
Okay. My friend Paul Briggs, we'd become good friends, and he was living at my house, and I was seeing what he was doing with sponsorship and media, and because Muay Thai was getting no coverage whatsoever, so I really wanted to get some recognition for after all the hard years. I wanted something back, and then so I thought I'll jump into boxing as well, thinking there was going to be bigger prize money at stake, and I ended up having the 13 fights, 10 wins, 10 knockouts. I won an Australian title after 8 fights. But the fights are okay, but the crowd, they don't get into it like they do with Muay Thai. Sure. And if it's not an exciting fight like Muay Thai, like you guarantee kicks and elbows and blood and you fight on, and the people on the chairs screaming and yelling, and it's just the ultimate buzz, and it's the ultimate compliment when the crowd gives you back when you're giving as hard as you can. Whereas boxing, you might get a golf clap at the end of a decision. It's like, So, and the money wasn't that good either. It was all, even though I was fighting on TV, the money wasn't great. So, one night I was laying in bed, and the King's birthday in Thailand was only a few weeks away. I thought, I really miss it. I really miss the energy and the atmosphere, and I might just go and have one more fight at King's birthday just to finish off my career. Ended up having 2 fights in one night, won both fights. This is what am I doing? This is what my true passion is. So I thought, give the boxing away, but just keep plugging away with the kickboxing. Hopefully one day this sport might get popular. And then ever since the sport's just skyrocketed. And it's at the stage now in Australia anyway where the sports surpass boxing. Boxing, they're getting crowds of maybe 1,000 people, 1,500. And then the Muay Thai, every time I fight, we're getting 5,000 to 7,000 at the show. It's like, wow, this is awesome.
And you spoke about that sort of overtaking in popularity of Muay Thai to boxing. Obviously, after your return to Muay Thai, you were involved and the finalist in Contender Asia. Years down the track, yourself and all the cast members, do you share a bond over, I guess, how big a deal that became, how important it brought Muay Thai to the world's attention?
Well, I'm probably the only person I really keep up to date with on the Facebook is Jabbar. He's going all guns blazing. He's a superstar across the world. He's fighting all over the place. Yotsinglai, I don't really talk to that much because of technology. But when we fought the other day, it was just like old times because we lived together for 8 weeks solid. Sure. So we got a pretty good bond. It's funny, we shot that in 2007 and you still get a tap on the shoulder. Hey, you're that guy from that TV show that did that thing. It's like, I think that's me. But it was a shame that the Contender never kicked on because the Ultimate Fighter with the UFC, that's just flourished because they're always renewing the episodes. I think if Contender had to keep going in the same, because it was about the same time that they took off. The good thing about UFC is the Muay Thai is so involved with the stand-up, so you really need, without Muay Thai the UFC wouldn't be what it is, so a lot of people still have to come back to us to get their striking skills, so it's helping.
Yeah, have you been approached, speaking of the rise of MMA, have you been approached by fighters and trainers looking to get their fighters' stand-up skills a bit more for the game?
I have Brian Ebersol. He's come to the gym a few times, and he's a good bloke. And he's really doing well on the scene. And through Twitter and Facebook, you talk to a lot of the guys, and even though our sport's not as big, they still give me a lot of respect for everything that I've accomplished. And it's nice that they know who I am. And at the same time, you can have conversations, and so in that respect, it's good. But it's sort of hard without the financing and without the budget that the UFC have. I'm not really threatened by the other sanctioning bodies because I think the beauty about UFC is it's a good spectator sport from the lounge room. Watching it live is or any MMA, it's really hard to see what's going on once they hit the ground. It's right. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to ask about your new DVD, Blessed with Venom. Can you tell us about how it sort of came about?
Okay. I was one of the producer's sons. He wanted to start come and train with me, and then we trained together for a few months, and then I made a good friendship with the father, Jim. And then one day we were just chatting, and I was talking about the life story, and he said, "Oh, this would be great if we could get it on film." And then he talked to his boss, and next thing you know, we got plane tickets going to Thailand. We said, "Oh, we're going to spend a week there. We'd like to shoot some stuff." Yeah, no worries. So we got there, and then we got off the plane. The next morning, we went for breakfast. I said, "Okay, what's your idea? Who should we go and see?" So I wrote down everyone on paper who I thought would be good. We rang everyone on the paper. Everyone was available. Everyone gave awesome interviews. They put it all together, and then I was lucky enough to screen in cinemas all across Australia. It was absolutely amazing. The DVD sales sort of haven't been moving because we don't have a distributor in Australia. But when it from all the reviews that everyone went to the cinema, it was accepted really well. So it's one of those things where usually it's not until you die that they make a life story on you. So to go to the cinema and see yourself on the big screen, it's my life's complete. No matter what happens from this point forward, at least I can say that I've accomplished something that no one else really has in the sport. So it's pretty cool. It's very cool.
That's marvellous. John Wayne Parr, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And thanks everyone. I hope you get a chance to see Blessed with Venom. And thanks for giving me the interview. This is cool.